Hi, this video is going to show you how to use Google Sites and how to get a website with links and other sort of content created in under 10 minutes. So when you go to Google Sites, you may see a big Create Site button over here on the right. If you already own some websites, then you'll see this list instead. So I'm creating this, I'll use my school account. So I've already got some sites that the children have made. I'm going to press Create New Site up here. And then I can do things like I can give it a name. So let's put Mr. Addison's demo site on here. You can choose the URL down here, provided no one has used it before, and then you can choose a theme. Now the themes don't matter too much because you can change them later if you don't particularly like it. I'm going to go for this ice one here. You can see you can scroll through sort of 30-40 themes, and then you've got more options at the bottom that allow you to decide who can see this website at the moment. So currently everyone in my school can see this site, but actually I want to choose only people that I specify because it's not ready yet, so I need to see who it is later on that I want to share the site with, and then press Create Site. This will take a few seconds and it will load up your first page, and here it is. So here's my home page. So what I want to do is I want to edit this first page. So you've got an edit page button at the top. If I press on that, it then loads up this editor. I can choose how my page looks by choosing the layout here, and I can go for 2 columns or 3, or maybe sort of a left or right sidebar as well. So let's go with just simple 2 columns to begin with. Welcome to my website. Now I can, once I've got my text on there, I can change from a few different fonts. I can also change the size here as well. I can make it bold or underline it, or put it sort of in the center a little bit if I wanted to, and then just press save, and you can then view it, and that's how the page will look. So very sort of simple. I want to add a picture onto this page, so I go back into the editor. I choose whereabouts I want to put it, which is in this box over here, and I can then go to Insert Image. Now this gives you 2 options. One, you can upload an image by pressing Browse and looking through your computer and your documents, etc. Or you can do the web address or URL, and that's the option I'm going to go for. So I've gone to Google and found some pictures. I'm going to use this one here, and once you've got the picture, you can right click and copy image location. You just need to find the web address of this picture, and it's a copy image location there, and I'm going to paste that address in here, and you can see I've got a picture. Now it's very important, it tells you just down here as well, is to check the permission of the photo. I've just found a random one on Google because what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this site afterwards, so that's okay. But do just check the permissions of the photo that you use. Press OK, and you get your picture. I can choose to center that in the box there, make it a bit smaller or medium size, etc. And you can add a URL and a link to it as well. But there's my picture. And again, you save to see how it will look, and there it is. So I want to add a few more pages. I want to add a page where people can contact me. So if I press Create Page, I'm going to choose a contact on here, and I can choose whether to put at the top level or underneath the home, and you can change that if you want to. That's not a problem. So on here I've got contact, so click here to email me, and so on. Now what you'll notice on this page is that it gives you attachments and comments at the bottom. Now the comments, anyone can just write and add a comment without any moderation or approval, so we want to turn those off. So to do that, you go to More Actions, Page Settings, or press the U key, it gives us a shortcut over here, and you can turn off your attachments and your comments and press Save. And you'll then see they'll disappear, and that's much easier. Especially if you're working with children and you want to make these public. So what I want now is on my home page, I want a link here that will take them to that contact page. So again, you load the editor, you type in your link, so click here to contact me, and you highlight the bit that you want to become the link. So mine is the words click here. Then I press link at the top, and this gives me a couple of options. I can choose a web address, so I could type in google.com for example, and make it open in a new window. Or I can choose an existing page. So I want my contact page to be the one that loads when they click here to contact me. So I click contact, and I click OK, and that underlines and shows me the URL as well. And when I press save, I can then click on that page, and it will take me to another page on my site, which is what I wanted. Very, very useful. Right, a few other things that you want to do. If I wanted to change the template, I've looked at it and thought, actually, this blue doesn't really suit my site. I can go to More Actions. I can go to Manage Site, and this gives me a few other options as well. But at the moment, it's themes that I want to look at down the side. And you can choose, you can preview. I wonder what this Slate website will look like. And that looks a bit like that, which is okay. So let's click on Slate and then scroll and press Save. And save here as well, and you can then return to your site, and there's my new website, so it can change how it looks. There's a few other options on More Actions, and one that I'll show you is quite an important one if you're working with children. This Recent Site Activity will show you the people that have been working on it, and will show you the children's names of who's been on that page. Now, if you're making these public on the internet, you may not want the children's names to be available, so I'm going to go to More Actions and Manage Site, and from there I want the General tab, and on General it lets you change the name, etc. But the bit that I want is this users who can access site activity, and I'm going to make that collaborators only, especially if I'm making this public, so I don't want the children's names available. This is also the page where you'll delete the site, and it does tell you, warning, just check that first. You can, like I said, rename it and give it a description and so on, and press Save Changes. One other thing you can do on this page is you can go to Colours and Fonts. Colours and Fonts lets you change various different elements. So at the moment I've got some links on there. If I scroll down to Page Link Colour, instead of the default, I can choose a custom of having it, let's go for yellow. And you can see these links over here. And visited links, because we visited that one just now, let's make that yellow as well, so they all look the same. Site title colour, again I can have no colour on that, or I could have a custom. Let's go with this pink here, and it's very useful to talk to children and talk to the person that's making the website about the design, about the colours, and do they work with with each other. Does this red and yellow and black all work together? Probably not, but you can then save those and you can see how it looks. So you can see the different elements of your site, and once that saves you can return to your site and you'll see that there it is at the moment. You will still see recent site activity because you're the owner of the website and you're allowed to collaborate, so it is important to remember that although you've turned it off, other people won't see it. From this More Actions you can also look at things like revision history and go back and see if anyone's made any changes. That's also quite a useful tool to have a look at as well. What I want to do though is I want to add another page. I want to add a page because I want to embed some content. So I'm going to call this page Videos, and on this page I'm going to embed a video from the under 10 minutes site, so I can share it with people as well. Now the key button on any website that lets you embed content is the embed link here. So on Vidler, where it says embed, you may also look at YouTube or Prezis, Animotos, PhotoPeach. Lots of these sites have this embed option. So embed gives you this code, this HTML code here, that if you copy, go back to your site, click on HTML up here and paste it in, this will understand the code. So you copy it from the site you want it, paste it into the HTML window and press update. This then shows you your gadget, and you could center that if you want to, or leave it however you wanted, and then press save. Now save is the important bit because then that will show your video. So you can embed content from one place and put it into another. A few other things you can do. When you go to insert on here, you can insert things like documents and maps and photo slideshows. Clicking on document will give you a list of your Google Docs, and you can then browse through and embed a presentation or a Word document if you wanted to. Last thing, I want to make my site public. If I press More Actions and then Site Permissions, I can do two things from this page. I can choose who else I want to have access to this website and whether or not I can edit or view, and I can send them a message. So if I was sharing this with children in my class or my teacher, I could put their name in there and share it. I can also press change up here, where at the moment it's private, it's only me. I can make it so people in my school or anyone in the world can access, and once you press that button you then get given a URL which you can then share with people if you wanted to, and send it to others and they can come and see your website. So that's how to make a website using Google Sites in under 10 minutes. I hope it's useful.